Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Sci-Fi Sunday on this channel where we talk about all things sci-fi. And today we have to talk about Star Wars because there's a lot going on with Star Wars right now that is really exciting. So let's jump right into it. Alright, I almost put this in yesterday's video, but it really needed its own space. It needed its own video. And this is why. There's a lot going on here. Several different projects are still in the works at Star Wars. We knew about the Rey one, but earlier this week, some crazy stuff came out about Star Wars that we didn't get a chance to talk about yet. And that is that the Mandalorian is going to be getting a movie. That's right. Grogu is coming to the big screen, friends. And that is absolutely great. And here's the other thing. It doesn't take away from the fact that Mandalorian is getting a season 4. Mandalorian has been announced to get a season 4. So that's really super news. Now, Mandalorian season 4 will take place after the Grogu movie. So after Mandalorian's movie, we'll get season 4. And that tells us kind of what the plot is here, basically. It tells us that whatever happens in the movie, the season 4 stuff is going to take place after it. So if they're moving forward with some sort of plot, some sort of big thing, we could see a time jump here. Because that's always been something people have wondered. And that's exciting to think about. What happened to Grogu? And I think we're closer and closer to getting that answer. With this announcement that season 4 will happen after an actual movie, that tells me that they intend to move forward. They intend to make it so that we are going to see what happened to Grogu. And I couldn't be more excited. My honest opinion is we will see that time jump. That's what I'm honestly thinking. We will see a time jump. I think that would be absolutely the way to go. Because I, for one, definitely want to know what Grogu's ultimate fate was. Now, that's not all, because there has also been the announcement that Ahsoka is getting a season 2. So we knew Ahsoka was going to be doing something. We knew that Ahsoka was going to be moving forward somehow. The rumor was that they were going to do this big movie where it was going to be like their personal endgame, where all the characters from the TV shows came and did a massive team up and fought against Thrawn. Well, that could still happen down the line. But Ahsoka is getting her second season. And the plot details are slowly starting to come out. It will be continuing on from where it left off. Of course, I don't really know a lot of these plot details yet, but they are starting to come out. So as we get some news, I will potentially be giving you some of this news if I feel like it's something you guys want to hear about. If it's really cool Star Wars news, I'm going to give it to you. But then that's not all, because more projects have been announced. We know we're getting a Thrawn movie. And this Thrawn movie is going to come out at a later date. So we're getting a Thrawn movie in addition to all this other stuff as well. That's exciting because that could potentially be where that whole endgame scenario comes in. We could see all the people returning to fight Thrawn. Who knows how they're going to handle that? But I think it's really good news. There's also a prequel movie coming out. That's right, a Star Wars prequel movie has been announced. And it's supposed to tell you the origin of the Jedis themselves. I think that's pretty cool. I'm down for that as a scenario. I don't mind seeing where the Jedis actually came from. I think it's kind of one of those things that we didn't ask for. But if they do it in a cool way and it's sort of the dawn of the High Republic era, I think it could be really awesome to watch. Then there's also the Taika Waititi movie, which is still supposedly in the works. That is still in the works out there. That's still something they're going to move forward to. We don't know anything about that project yet. But that's going to be a really cool thing to watch for. And then, of course, we know about the Rey movie. The Rey movie is the one we thought was moving forward, but it is still moving forward. It's just going to be the second Star Wars movie we're getting, apparently. Apparently, they are doing the Mandalorian movie, then it's going to be the Rey movie. So whatever happens in the Mandalorian movie, and then what happens in season 4 of Mandalorian could have a direct impact on what happens in the Rey movie if they choose to go that route. That makes me really excited as well to think about the possibility of them going completely into the lore like this. Is something that I've wanted them to do for a long time. I love the original trilogy. I actually like the prequel trilogy a lot. There are some things I wish they hadn't done in the prequel trilogy, but it's okay because the whole thing was sort of leading into what happens in episode 4. And then we get the sequel trilogy. And the sequel trilogy was what George Lucas wanted. However, we didn't quite get to see the George Lucas vision because so many years had passed. But if you pay attention to the dialogue, everything that George Lucas had previously said was actually what resulted in the First Order, in the sequel trilogy. So, in order to kind of keep it all lore friendly, them doing Mandalorian first and then a season 4 of Mandalorian and then doing the Rey movie, I think this could be really exciting, and I'm super down to see what they do because now we have so many projects coming out. And all these projects seem intermingled with each other in such a good way. Star Wars is going to really be a topic of conversation over the next couple years. And that's something every Star Wars fan should be massively happy about. I know we have had a rough run. All of us have had a really rough run with Star Wars. Some people really hated the prequels. Some people really hated the sequels. Some people really just didn't like the fact that there were so many Disney Plus shows. Some people have actually even said they hated all the cartoons and all the stuff that came after, Disney and everything else. And, all the cartoons on Cartoon Network and all of this. There have been a lot of people who have hated different parts of Star Wars for a long time. But you take what is in your canon, what you like, and you put it in your canon. You take out what you don't like and leave it out of your canon, and it's all good. For me personally, I love Star Wars, and I've loved everything they've done. And the reason I've loved everything they've done is that I have a very, very good outlook on what makes a Star Wars movie. You give me the following things: a lightsaber battle. You give me aliens, space travel, and a space fight, and we're all good. That is what I like in my Star Wars movies. Now, the exception being The Mandalorian, but even in The Mandalorian, we've begun to see lightsabers a little bit. We've begun to see some sort of lightsaber type of thing going on, and that's great. So, I'm excited for all these projects, and we'll see what comes of them. But I wanted to share this information with you because there is a lot going on with Star Wars that is going to be exciting as we move forward. So let me know what you guys think about these projects. Which ones excite you the most? Which ones are you most excited to see? As always, don't forget to comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Make sure to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Hit that like button. It's free. It helps the channel. We definitely appreciate it. And then Miko says we need more subscribers. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.